Yo, we are live. Here we are. Here we are.
And it's hello from him too, I think.
Yeah, you've got a devilishly handsome avatar right there.
I'm looking at changing it, but I'm not sure if I would probably fat finger myself right the way out of here. It's been known. What if I
It
press
has been
that? Oh
known.
yeah, edit avatar. Oh. Here we go, Abe. Abe, don't bark. I was just putting your picture up. Oh,
He knows it. He
there we
recognizes
are.
himself. He's like, he's lying. That's not me. I'm here.
Yeah, sounds like he's recognised someone. Anyway, good to be back.
It is, isn't it? It's been a crazy old YouTube life for a bit, but
Hi,
you know,
Jim,
back to
Andy,
regular
Matt.
program.
Yeah. We're up to 3 at the moment. Woohoo! Please don't fat finger yourself unless you're in. Young lady. Anyway,
Evening, Julian. Hope you're well. It has been a while, hasn't it? We haven't seen you for like hours. It's been tens of hours since we've been last here. So,
yeah.
Let me make sure I got all my bits and bobs up and ready. In the meantime, though, I am going to send you soon a rap lyric thing to read because we haven't done that for a minute.
Oh, nobody wants to hear that.
Everybody wants to hear that, and he's saying that because he wants you to tell him that you want to hear that. He likes it. Hey, Officer Dibbles, how you doing?
Hey, Dibbles.
You shocked, Gillian? Gillian is shocked and or afraid.
Well, I know that's quite an outburst from Emsy.
No, it's not. She's always making jokes like that. She's funny as anything. We've also got a smack salad as well.
Smackerty.
That specifically.
Good to see you, my friend. Well, good to not see you.
I make the best counsel.
Know you're here.
Night fryer. Oh yes.
Come to see to know you're around. Jim came for that specifically. Thank you, Jim.
There you go. And not for the council dinner. That's why I came here specifically for your Thursday night fryer. I want vegetarian because I'm one of those awkward guys. Right, there we go. Smart. Right.
Oh, do you know what? I have a new avatar, especially for this show.
You have a new avatar, especially for this show. Is it going to be something out?
I think it's important. It's going to cause a bit of a thing.
What's it going to cause?
I think. Well, you know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
About your granddad.
Oh, all right, yeah. If you want to make that your avatar, yeah. Not my granddad specifically, but
no. Well. Right. What do I have to do with this?
Aha! You were teasing us. You don't even have it, dear. You don't even have it, dear. So what do I need to get up now? I just need to grab those rap lyrics.
I'm trying to stretch the bottom edge of it, but I don't know if I'll get it all in. Oh, I can't get it all in. Oh, that's a shame. But I'd like to use the picture at some point when I'm doing this. When we're talking about what we're talking about today. It's not that secret. When we're talking about Nazis, I'm afraid.
Oh, you're saving it.
I can't get that picture. The picture up in a form. I can't get it to be an avatar. I think it must be too big. I can't stretch that. It says shows how big you want your picture or center it or whatever. I can't stretch that enough to get it in. I can't get it all in, Smack. You think we're funny, don't you? Can't get it in. Well, it's nearly that, Jim. It's nearly that, mate. It's just about like there's only a few words in it, and I've bloody forgotten what it is now. Anyway, you can't see any way you're doing it, young fella. I don't suppose you've been looking, have you?
Not without the image. I can't even access Discord from this laptop anymore. It's barred me from Discord for the day. It does it where it randomly says you can't go on certain things. It's just like we can't load this site, so I'm gonna have to get an. And I've got I've got something in common with my laptop. We're both unstable. It's got an unstable Chrome that isn't Chroming. stably, and so it just locks off random websites and it does chopping a whole bunch down. Let's have a look. See.
Dooby. So it doesn't matter anyway. But I would like to have had it. I would very much have liked to have had it as a kind of as a background while we were talking about the Nazi things. But never mind. PQ.
Right.
Oh, it's. Gee,
I've got to verify I'm a human to get onto this lyric thing, but I'm going to copy these lyrics and then send them right to you.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'm up for it now. I'm ready. I've had a slug of Fanta. Oh, I'm living the life, eh? Had a slug of Fanta and I'm all ready for it. Oh, that's a real shame.
It's not even. I hate that. It's not letting me copy it. Give me a second. I'll get onto it now. Stupid. It's like, no. You can't copy this. The lyric thing.
Okay. As you can see, we're all properly rehearsed for this, guys. We're all.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're so rehearsed. We do it properly. No worries.
Well, I tell you what is it you're trying to do there? Because I've got a little bit of a thing to. I'd like to talk about. Just have a little say something. About the crime stats that were released recently, weren't they? And it's made people kick off about crime stats and fucking immigration. Because, like, according to official UK stats, some serious crime categories have fallen or remained stable in the latest period, but obviously, while the UK continues to see high levels of fucking long-term immigration, which doesn't go, it's looking to be at odds with all the shouting that's going on at the hotels about, all this crime that's being brought in, because it seems that as migration has increased, it doesn't automatically translate into fucking worse safety outcomes or fucking more crime and stuff, and it doesn't. It's just fucking. If we're managing to keep crime basically down level, it's saying serious crime with guns and knives is either level or going down. It's no great numbers, but it's level or going down. But we've taken a lot of people in, so that tells me that you can maintain public safety while you're still welcoming people to fucking live and work here. Because if we've let's just use fat figures, 1 million people in, but we haven't had 1 million people's worth of fucking crime. In fact, it's gone down, the serious crime. There's not much that's gone up. I was looking through it. It's all relatively stable. But we have taken a lot of people in, and yet crime's remained stable. So yes, they're not the plague we were told that are coming and invading us and causing all this crime. I'd like them to explain. I'd like somebody to explain, one of the hotel shouters to explain how this can be. So yeah, that's what I was looking at today.
Absolutely, yeah. I completely agree. It's weird, isn't it? Obviously, crime in general is going down. It's there are good things to be happy about in the country at the moment. It's a good positive thing.
Usually 1 minute now.
And obviously a lot of people point to crime statistics. Well, you're bringing all these potential criminals over, and yet crime's still going down. It's about how you manage it. It's about how it's reported. It's about how effective your police force is. None of that thing's got to do with anything where anyone's from, really. Obviously poverty and everything else plays a huge issue. It's it's a whole big thing. We're going to be cracking on today. We're going to be talking about, we're going to go straight into a Burke alert. We're going to be talking about the protest. I say protest, the fascist day out in Warwick that happened recently. We're going to be talking about a particular person who made himself very well known while he was there and has been doing his best to get himself into the limelight at any opportunity. We are, of course, talking about Ryan Ferguson. And we're going to be talking about him. Get you guys to, if you don't know him already, we will do like a quick rundown on him. We're also going to be looking at a couple of Hope Not Hate articles and stuff, and a couple of videos along the way as well to make sure you really know what's going on. Then we're going to move over to doing some headlines and things. It's been quite scary in the headlines recently, but there's also been a couple of good stuff. So that's when we move over to the positive news, and it's going to be a good show, I reckon. So in the meantime, though, if you don't mind, if you haven't already, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. subscribe, and tell your mum, just like it says
Oh,
right
you
across
media
there.
whore. You are a media whore.
I've just done it, haven't I?
I have to look in me, Dad. Where have you put them? Have you sent me these things or?
Yeah, so it's in right. So the rap lyrics are in your messenger, and the other one's in the Me Dad section in Discord. But you're gonna have to scroll up to find it.
Okay.
I figured, yeah, if you're cool with that one, I did say before if you wanted to redo it, have a look at it, edit it, do any of that. But it's all there, ready, good to go.
Okay. Oh, I see. Whenever you're ready, then, because I won't read it. I'll just get into it. Ready? Intro, maestro.
Right. Whoa. You are getting way ahead of yourself. I was like, have you got it? Yeah, let's jump right into it. You're so excited. I love it.
Gadget.
Right, give it one momento because
Okay,
we've got some. I've got other little
I've
bits.
come off it, so I'm not reading it. I've come back to this page, so I'm not reading it.
Oh, you're not reading it? What if? I mean, are you sure you don't want to read it?
No, I mean, I'll read it in a second, but I don't want to read it first because that would take away the surprise for me.
The surprise for you, right? Okay.
I like to keep it raw and meaty.
All right, on that, on the subject of keeping it raw, let's go. I swear to God, I'm gonna
What
sack
have you done
myself.
now?
I'm gonna sack myself. I pressed the wrong one. Right, are you ready for the rap lyrics?
Yeah, tell me when.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're ready? You're ready? I'm not stalling. Are you sure you're ready?
Oh, I was born. I was like, good gracious, aspadacious, flirtatious, trying to show patience, looking for the right time to shoot my steam, looking for the right time to flash them keys. Then I'm leaving. Please believe in me and the rest of my heathens. Check it. Got it locked at the top of the Four Seasons.
Your dad's got it locked at the top of the Four Seasons. Right, that is. There are 10 points available. 5 points if you can guess what the name of that track is, and another 5 points on top of that if you can guess what the artist is.
Nobody knows all that for that. Well, guys.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to say there is one hell of a coincidence occurring in the comments that may or may not be directly related to this song.
Oh?
It's... I don't know if it's it's not originally a Peep song. I don't know if it's associated with a Peep song after. It was. I'm going to give you that. It's Nelly. But what is the song? What a weird coincidence! Just before I put it in, you just happened to have put Nelly in the. You happened to have wrote the artist name.
Whoa,
in
Nelly! Yes.
So yeah, there you go. Possibly. I mean, I don't know. I've not really. Are you going to ruin this song for me now? I haven't I haven't listened to it for a long time.
Okay, that's not how it came across, mate. You know.
It is, yeah. There you go. 5 points to Jim and 5 points to Michael. If someone could stick that in the Discord, that'd be amazing. I don't have access to it where I'm sat right now, but yeah, fantastic. There you go. Look at that.
Well done, guys. Well
Nelly
done,
the
guys.
elephant.
Well,
maybe.
Not got a clue what's going on.
He doesn't even know where he is. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Normal. I know.
How did he end up here, anyways? We've got all the way straight. He blew in with the wind, didn't he?
Oh, so, look, there's a thing going on here. What you got? A donation. I'll give my 5 to Michael, it says Jim. That's a fucking points donation going on right there. Right now. Community. No,
we're not doing that. We're not. No, in fact, I'm going to take 5 points off Michael just for that. No points to anyone.
Oh, you can't do that. No, you can't do that.
No, you can't. No, I want these things to mean something. You can't just give them away. How dare you? How dare you, Jim?
Oh, there's obviously a Discord chat to be taken. Coming.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
To Michael, if you want to exchange them, you can do that. They're worth stuff. You can also buy things with them, I'm sure, somewhere. But yeah, That's how it goes. We are the bank of internet points. Moving on, though, we've got this story to get into. Dad, are you okay to get into the Me Dad section on Discord and make sure that you're where you need to be for that? And whenever you're ready, I will hit the intro and we'll go straight into Burke Alert.
Yeah, I have it all. Pics on video. Tell me when you want me to start on that.
Yeah, right on. Straight after this, then. Let's go.
Straight into it. Ryan Ferguson. Disgusting excuse for a British person. So he's from Merseyside. He's become known in recent years as an extremist, far-right activist, neo-Nazi, and he has a long history of racist and criminal behaviour in the UK. That's why you'll excuse the opening line, but hey, Ferguson has multiple criminal convictions, including being jailed for racially aggravated harassment and breaching football banning orders after racially abusing a footballer at a match. See, I believe that half of these people shouting at the hotels were just people that got pissed off or got banned from football during the fucking winter, and that's why they turned.
Yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens when they tie those football scarves too tight and it cuts off oxygen to their brain.
Yeah. So in 2025, which is only last year, and that's news, eh? No, only last year, he was sentenced to custody for making fucking hoax 999 calls. And that's serious shit, guys. Claiming fictitious incidents he just fucking invented in his tiny little head. Making 999 calls, fucking, it's surely it's a sign of fucking madness, that, isn't it? Bellend is one of the most prolific far-right agitators and extremists in Britain at the moment, I think. He attends public demonstrations when he's not banned by the police or courts, wearing clothing. He goes there wearing clothing displaying the number 88, which is also well-known neo-Nazi reference interpreted as HH for Heil Hitler. So this little Hitler stan is as Nazi as they come and is deeply entrenched with extremists, terrorists, and paedophiles. Yes, you fucking heard that right. He openly talks about meeting Jack Renshaw, a known convicted paedophile, terrorist, and former member of the banned neo-Nazi group National Action. He met him at HMP Wakefield. Just where all the best pedos meet, apparently. Make no mistake.
Pedo friends, far-right friends.
Oh, mate, I think that's probably, they must have a little pedo cafe in there somewhere for him.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, I think he's the worst. This guy. Sorry. What is it with Nazis and pedos? Why do they seem to go hand in hand? What is it with that? But he's made the Burke Alert today for his actions in Warwick. Far-right anti-immigration demonstration took place in Warwick Town Centre, Marketplace and Shire Hall area on the 7th of February 2026. The event was organised by the group Patriotic Alternative, which is a far-right, white nationalist, neo-Nazi linked fucking hate group. Ryan, after throwing up Nazi salutes and putting his fucking dirty hands on strangers, began to march with another racist who was fully masked up, holding a banner that read Aryan Front, making sure, in case you didn't know already, he's a fucking white supremacist piece of shit. He was part of a group. He was part of a group. It was a who's who of despicable. This was on the day. Despicable fucking grifters, including Steve Laws, DP Audits, or DP Media as he's going now, and the chairman of the white supremacist group National Front. All there together, guys. We're now going to go have a look at Hope Not Hate, reporting on this event for a more in-depth look at what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to leave the no, it's not like that. I'm going to leave the Urban Pictures image on there of the Aryan Front flag with Ryan Ferguson there and the unknown gentleman next to him. We're not going to be sharing this particular article, although I am going to read from it. I'll share the link by all means, which I'll do right now. I'll put it in there. But because of some of the imagery that's on here, look, we have to. we have to abide by YouTube's terms and service, which for obvious reasons, obviously is, it's really restrictive on things that you can and can't publish in terms of like, it's hate images and it's quite graphic. It's quite, I don't even want to actually describe what it is, but because it's on their website and they're reporting about, a serious issue, they can do that. But us here as just low level creators, we're not gonna, it wouldn't pass the smell test of YouTube, that's for sure. So I'll start reading from it now. This is just to give you a clue about who the Aryan Front is, what this flag is, and who this new neo-Nazi cell that's pushing for a racial holy war actually is, so we can understand what's happening at these events, who these people are, and so that you can be better informed about the protests and the events happening around you. So Hope Not Hate has exposed the Aryan Front, which is an extreme neo-Nazi cell that split off from the White Vanguard last month. While it's a tiny, and this is something that we really need to stress, they are a tiny little group. They're not, we don't want to like blow this up, make them a bigger, scarier thing than they are. It's just a collection of idiots being absolutely fucking stupid. But this new group is aligned with a militant white supremacist cult, and it does pose a violent threat. This is according to Hope Not Hate. Earlier this week, Hope Not Hate told the inside story of White Vanguard, a neo-Nazi group that broke apart last month. Long-standing tensions accumulated in the mass walkout after arrest of co-leader Kai Cunningham. Anger at leadership for its bungled handling of the arrest has left the VW half the size it was and without control of its own website. So now, Hope Not Hate can reveal that 11 of VW's most hardline former activists have regrouped under the new banner Aryan Front in order to push an even more militant form of Nazism. According to the Creativity Movement, the group aims to wage a racial holy war, targeting left-wing activists in the field and promising victory or death. And as I said, I'm not going to describe it too much, but the propaganda that they're putting out is, make no mistake, violent, targeting women, children, and men. That it's not just about pointing at someone and calling them criminals. It looks like it's calling for death. I don't know about you, Dad. I think you were describing it as absolutely over the threshold for terrorism or terroristic communication.
Oh, yeah, they got people. I mean, they've drawn people tied to chairs, and they're pointing.
They're not tied to chairs. They're on their knees. But you're right.
Oh, yeah, they look like they were tied, sitting down in chairs to me. However, okay, I'll accept that. That's cool. However,
still the same fucking
people being fucking executed.
It's bad, and the language and everything else. Something that we wouldn't be able to repeat the language or show you the stuff, but it's bad, and
go and keep it in a thing and have a look. See what they're up to. It's fucking terrifying.
In fact, I'm gonna, while I'm here, I think have I put the link out already? And thank you very much, TK, for putting the link out for Urban Pictures, who we've got on the screen at the moment. So thanks for that. That's the Hope Not Hate one, just in case I didn't put it out already.
All right.
And so back to the article though. They talk about the main force behind Aryan Front, which is this is the group that Ryan Ferguson is openly doing Sig Heils in with their flag. He's definitely associated with them. So the main force behind this group that he's associated with is an extremist known as Hail. HAIL, which is previously VW's Northern Branch. All right, so that's the White Vanguard's Northern Branch. This violence-obsessed activist once used dozens of social media, still is using dozens of social media accounts to make threats about the Day of the Rope to various journalists and politicians. I'm going to come over to here now so we can learn about the Day of the Rope. Let me just get rid of that event. There we go. The Day of the Rope. So the Day of the Rope is a white supremacist concept taken from the Turner Diaries, and it is a fictionalized blueprint of white supremacy revolution written in 1978 by neo-Nazi leader William Pierce under the pseudonym of Andrew MacDonald. The novel included many violent right-wing extremists from the 1980s through to the 2010s. The novel influenced many violent right-wing extremists and novelists from the 1980s, including Timothy McVeigh. Right, so it's a concept that's it is what it says. It's the Day of the Rope. It's about this sort of messaging about, like, I don't even want to put them on the screen for too long, but it's about lynching race traitors and things like that, people who are women especially that are in relationships with non-white men. This is as extreme as it gets in terms of in the UK. Now again, these are a small subculture of far-right extremism, but their messaging is still incredibly disgusting nonetheless, right? So yeah, they're worth looking at. But obviously, remember that this is a small thing, and I'm sure that the police or whoever will be getting on top of this very quickly. So yeah,
I'm sorry for laughing.
So. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You've seen it. Go on.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, I haven't seen it. I thought you were talking about me laughing for. Oh God, let me have a look at this chart now. But it's still.
It's this.
What? What are you on about? What are you on about? Also, as well.
I think you're in the wrong fucking thing again, Wendy. Take your sherry and toddle off to another one. It's not this one.
No, you're absolutely right. And I just want to point out as well, while we brought it up, that particular comment, pardon me, is it's just not true. I just want to throw it out there. It isn't true. The far right do that. In fact, MI5 said that they were the quickest they were the single largest, quickest growing domestic threat within the UK was far right extremism. That was MI5 not that long ago. Also, counter-terrorism police, and I think it was Prevent and things were saying that they've had more referrals from the far right that outpaced even Islamic terrorism, which is still a threat. No one's trying to downplay either. We're just explaining that at the moment that these people are dangerous and they do dangerous stuff. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So back into here. So we're going to now head over to Urban Pictures. We're going to watch just the highlights, just the bits that are at the front here. We're not going to watch the whole thing. The link for this is in the chat. Don't push me like that. Don't push me like that. Right, so it's like in order to be a Nazi these days, you got to have some sort of affiliation with a nonce, like he does with Jack Renshaw when he went to go see that guy who's in jail, and you've got to wear Stone Island, right? Or yeah, it's like a compulsory thing. I wonder how Stone Island feel about this. I wonder if they've had a meeting, and they're like, guys, how do we stop the Nazis from wearing our stuff? I bet Helly Hansen were like fucking fuming when they were like, oh God, what a coincidence. Our initials are HH, and these guys love that disgusting symbology and stuff, don't they?
Fucking crazy, isn't it? Fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it'd be interesting to understand what sort of meetings, if any, happen at Stone Island and Helly Hansen. Do you reckon they get together and they're like, how can we stop these Nazis from... Maybe they'll just have to start taking their branding off the front and put it on the inside or something. I don't know, because it's stupid. But here he is. There is a video of him as well trying to look at the way he pushes people. Bless him. Get away from me! Ew, get out! He's attacking me! And there you have it, folks.
Listen, look, there's a copper. A copper was looking at him then, and he's just put his hand on his arm. Fucking, how has he not just dragged him away and put him in the fucking van?
I've no idea. I thought that was.
There's a copper right there, right just to his left, almost facing him. There. It's him. He watching him do it. Just carry on, son.
Totally. It's not the only time either. It's not the only time this happens. The saluting and everything else, in front of everybody. Let's have. Oh, this by the way here. This guy here. He isn't an auditor. This is the chair of the National Front. So proper scumbag, real neo-Nazi. It really is a who's who of who's disgusting in this area. I mean, even in this one here, we'll go back to, so that obviously, this dude here.
There's him again.
What's his name? This one, I can't remember his name. I did have it the other day, and he's been included in a political custard video as well, which we will watch later. I'll put that on.
Because that was shameful. He's absolutely should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, you're on about the same video, aren't you? With that, with the woman who was talking about sexual assault and her experiences. Yeah, and I think that was how it went. I can't remember, but yeah. And then, so let me have a look now. So it was around here that we saw that other Nazi salute, and another guy as well. Just another who's who of fascists. Where is he? We'll see him in a second. This dude here. This holding the flag here. This is Steve Laws, who is I've seen him a couple of times. I saw him on Liam Tufts talking about his particular brand of white ethno-nationalism. He is as Nazi as you get. He's a proper little Hitler stan. He's one of the more out there with his views Nazis that we've got marching around our streets at the moment. It's absolutely disgusting, isn't it? I can't believe that we're in a situation where I've got this, but it's good to know that at least these ones are doing it publicly and they're out there. It's one of those things. It's not just us that obviously think that this behaviour is unacceptable. So I want to take us over now to, I've got, if you bear with me, in the overlays here.
Trouble with these people is like shit. They clump together, don't they?
Well, this guy is so shitty that even the other shit is rejecting him. So let's have a look at this now. This right here is a tweet from Paul Golding, who has shared. He's just been looking at the same video that we have. This is Urban Pictures tweeting the video that we just looked at. For the full video, obviously go to Urban Pictures. But yeah, he's talking about anti-fascist take on the anti-migrant protest, and and in the image is Ryan Ferguson. Paul Golding has captioned this: the man in this video, Ryan Ferguson, is an agent provocateur. He's definitely a police asset. Avoid at all costs.
So, I mean, that's amazing. They're absolutely backing away. AY Audits has done the same, hasn't he? Even Tommy 10 Shekels has said,
here we are. Here's a tweet from Tommy 10 Shekels. He reshared that tweet of Paul Golding's and added on top of it, this guy's job is to discredit us all.
So nobody's with him at the moment. Well, these guys aren't with him, but he's got his own little band.
Sorry, my mistake. Wrong one.
Yeah, he's got his own little band of clumpy stuff.
Wrong one.
You can show that picture of mine, can't you? How can I give it to you?
You can't. No, you might have to upload it to. If you go to overlays and click more, where all those pictures are. Sorry, I'll start again. If you go to media assets, go into overlays, and you can do it from there. You can upload it from there. You'll see overlays and stuff, and you can add it in like that. But I can't, from where I am, do it, unfortunately.
Okay.
So, from what I've seen, the police arrest many people for animal rights protest, and what these scumbags get away with. Yeah, look at what they get away with. It's unbelievable, isn't it? And this guy, obviously, he's not long been released from prison as well. He's only just come off of his conditions. He wasn't allowed to attend certain protests in certain areas and everything else because of his conditions and stuff. And it's really shocking. But what I find quite shocking about it is it's not just, this is where it gets into our little eco circle. We're, again, one person removed away from, if we were to play the sort of 6 degrees of dickhead separation, we're only one dickhead away from this dickhead, which is DP Audits. So here we are. Here's DP Audits going into Wetherspoons. Last time he was in the Wetherspoons, he got pushed out, and from the flat of his back, he was looking up, after making misogynistic, violent threats to women. He was looking up, and who was there to help him up to his feet? Ryan Ferguson. And who is he here again with? Let's have a look.
How are you doing that?
What? Already having it with the twins out there.
Who? Searchlight, hope not hate her.
Searchlight and hope not hate are enemies, but I'm not far right. I'm definitely not a thingy. I'm not just sat at a table with a bunch of neo-fascists and, out there people. It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's, God, these people. So this...
It's not unbelievable. I mean, it's believable. There they are, loud and proud, and we've just seen it's like a split between the far right and the far right, all the way over there. These guys,
absolutely. And this is the thing.
The far right, not having them. Your normal right wing is just cutting them adrift.
No, there you go. DP Audits has got himself entrenched in the neo-fascist scene quite heavily. He is often associating with Ryan Ferguson, even after saying that he wouldn't ever. His relationship or his association, however you want to describe it, with this neo-Nazi who goes to prison to visit, convicted paedophile Jack Renshaw, etc., etc. He's had this brought up to him in the past, do you associate with this guy? And he's like, no, I don't. We did that one thing in Liverpool together where we invaded a hotel together, but that was just auditing. It was just business. I didn't really, I didn't associate with him. I didn't know he was that bad. That was when he was in prison. He said that.
DP needs to fucking wobble his head, mate. I mean, who are the people he hates? You listen to him for 5 minutes. Lefties. He hates lefties. He hates all the fucking lefties. He hates fucking hope not hate. He hates fucking stand up to racism. He's a fucking MAGA bootlicker. Oh, and of course the police. He doesn't like the police either. I mean, can he not look at that stuff and say to himself, do you know what? I'm a bit too far right wing for this fucking. Do you know what I mean? It's surely to gosh. Surely to fucking goodness. He's got them all in a line. You know, he hates all the people that show that he is becoming a Nazi. He's not there yet. I don't think he's there yet, but he's fucking close.
It's madness, isn't it? It's absolute fucking madness. There, look at, like, as I was saying, he's here now, heavily entrenched in with the extreme side of the far right. He's associating with people that even Tommy Robinson is now absolutely ostracizing and outcasting. He did say while Ryan was in prison that he wasn't associating with Ryan, and there was no real connection there. You know, there was nothing to see here, basically. But the reality was, as soon as he got out of prison, he went and met him out of prison. That was the first thing they did, and then they've continued to star in each other's content. And even at this protest, he stands right next to DP. I'll get the exact quote because I wrote it down. But at one point during this protest, those Sig Heils that we saw weren't the only Sig Heils that were there available. There were many Sig Heils. His Sig Heils were rated E for everyone, and he was chucking them out left, right, and centre. But his friend DP, who stood right next to him after he did one of those Sig Heils, DP and him laughed about it, and then he was telling him, he was like, "Oh, look at the reaction I get." I'm paraphrasing, of course, but look at the reaction I get. When I chuck up those Sig Heils, I love it. And then DP's laughing like, "Ha ha, you're mad, you are," like proper, just going along with it. They were only Romans saluting. Yeah, it was just a Roman protest, Romans saluting. And then there are other creators who will have you think that, this protest was like a local protest organised by... It wasn't. It was an ethno-nationalist protest organised by Patriotic Alternative, and an opportunity and a springboard for other extreme racist neo-Nazi groups and neo-Nazi associates, people like Steve Laws, people like Brian Ferguson, as we're seeing here, the chairman of the National Front, and everybody else. It was honestly absolutely disgusting and deprived. But... that is the situation. The rally, the march, whatever you want to call it, went on sort of as scheduled, I guess. They walked around, got told they were dickheads by the local people, and groups came out to protest them. It wasn't anything massive, but the Aryan Front is something that we should be aware of, and that's why Ryan Ferguson's making the Berkeley. It's not just because he's some random knobhead out there doing, Sig Heil and stuff. You get them every now and again, but it's because he's doing so in front of an Aryan Front flag. So know your Nazis. There you go.
I've been busy.
You made it the thing. You replaced it. Where did you put? You didn't put it as an overlay. You've added it as a logo.
I've been clever. You can't get it off, can you?
Yeah.
Bastard.
Of course they can.
Of course you can. You've been playing with it more than me. Do you want me to put it in an overlay? Can't find one.
If you put it in the overlay, so what you do is on Media Assist, underneath logo, you'll have a drop down section for overlay. If you click that, scroll to the bottom, it'll show you those things. So I'm gonna go over now to, if I can, we're gonna be listening to the head of the police in London, I guess. He's the
yes. At last.
Should we crack on with it? Should we do some audit corner?
Please do.
You're going to have to bear with me, because what I need to do is I'm going to stick an overlay on now. I want to grab... bear with me for just a minute. Here's a picture to, just for a laugh. Let me put that on there. Oh, it's just Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump. Don't worry about it. Whisper. Nothing to see there.
Jeffrey who? Jeffrey who again? Who's... I need sick and fed up of talking about this guy yet.
I can't believe people are still talking about this guy.
I mean, obviously, it was a hoax. It was a hoax made by the Democrats. That was probably the worst Trump accent you're ever likely to hear. So I won't.
I did everything right, and they indicted me. That was.
I was wrong. Yes.
Yeah, I did the worst.
Alrighty. So what are you trying to do here, anyway?
I'm not telling you. You can wait, and it'll be a surprise.
Well, in that case.
Right.
You want that background in, don't you? I was going to put mine purple.
Oh yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me. I'm just adjusting some things. I'm just making sure. How do I?
Yeah.
All right. So that'll work. That'll work just fine then. So I will. I think.
Thank you for your continued patience, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mank P, here's an interesting thing out the comments, okay? I'd cut. Oh, where is he? Where's he gone? I'd cut DP some slack, or I'd say cut DP. Oh, my fucking fingers are hopeless at this. Ordering hot dogs and fucking stop jumping. Right, Mike P. Thanks, man, for your comment. Anyway, he said I'd cut DP some slack. Little fella gets knocked on his ass that often. It's clearly giving him brain damage. Boom, boom. See what you did there? Yes, he has. He was on his ass again, wasn't he? After
making threats to women.
Right? I'm not a believer in this story of DP's that he's a victim of violence at home, and he has been for years and years and years, and that's why he's now on his own. I haven't heard him speak to women. I'm not on board with that at all. I don't believe it, I'll be frank. Look, I mean, that woman, just before he came out of that last hotel on his arse again, he was saying to that woman, and if you wasn't a woman, I'd smash you in your fucking face. He's going, it's like, whoa, yeah, and if you weren't in public, you probably would. No, I wouldn't cut.
Yeah, my opinion is he was uber aggressive, and yeah, I wouldn't put it past him at that point. He seems to demonstrate that much anger. How you doing,
fuck yeah. If it wasn't for, if you weren't a woman, I'd smash you or smash you right in the fucking face or something. But it was uber aggressive, super aggressive.
But they're all in for a shock soon, these auditors. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, go on.
Because Sir Mark Rowley, who is the Commissioner of Police of the Metropolis, has said that he's made a lot of comments. It's been put to him during a question. Do you know what? I can't even remember the actual context of it. Let me scroll down. But it's been put to him by a member of Parliament about auditors and what should happen and what are his opinions on them, what are his thoughts on them. And he said in no certain terms, he's called them protesters. He said, and this is a quote: "We've got protesters turning up and saying I'm an auditor, as if it's some sort of legal office. They're finally recognizing them as protesters. They don't have any special powers. They don't have any of that." So, do you want to hear what he said? Should we listen to it?
Oh, fuck. I want to hear it. I want to hear it and hear it. Yes, absolutely.
We recently met with the Greater Manchester Police, and they talked about the new phenomena of auditors in protests. And is this something that you are having to deal with in London? And is it requiring a new policing method?
Yeah, so yes, I mean we do the vast majority of protest policing, and so we get a lot of that. So I want to be careful that my answer doesn't imply something. I'll say something very clearly up front. If somebody wants to film something
sorry, he's like, I know I'm going to get clipped on about 400 fucking auditors channels now.
Yeah, but fuck you. Fuck you.
Here he is, Sir Mark Rowley.
Get a lot of that. So I want to be careful that my answer doesn't imply something. I'll say something very clearly up front. If somebody wants to film something an officer's doing in the street, that's okay. We've got nothing to hide, but do it at a respectful distance. Don't try and telescope yourself into the situation and make it hard for the officer to deal with. That's the thing that is very difficult for officers and auditors. So we've got protesters turning up and saying, I'm an auditor, as if it's some legal office, and therefore you can't deal with me as a protester. When you're still on this protest, whether you've got a camera in your hand or not is irrelevant.
That's going to burn. Oh, that burns.
Yeah, that's going to burn some fucking houses. Good. I'm so fucking pleased. I think they're going to bring in a distance next, aren't they? Not within 10 feet or 20 feet or whatever. Well done, auditors, cutting down on our freedoms. Knew it'd end like that. I knew it'd end with a loss to our freedoms somehow.
It doesn't sound like it's legislation or anything like that. It sounds like in the way that police are approaching these people, they are not treating them like because obviously they throw this shield up. We're auditors, we're citizen journalists. No, bro, not according to the chief of no. Do you know what you are? According to the commissioner, you're a protester with the camera. And 10 points to us saying it way before they did. I mean, finally the police have caught up with us, and everybody else half a point.
Give everybody 10 points. Yeah, everybody can have 10 points.
Everyone can have it. There you go. Except for the police. Nil point for the police.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fuck yeah, there it is. Large as life, twice as ugly. Cheeky fuckers. I'm an auditor. Fucking audit. It means nothing. It's never meant anything.
No, it didn't. But at one point, though, this was the thing. It was meant to hold overstepping powers to account, right? It was meant to be able to introduce an element of accountability to police who were way overstepping beyond their afforded powers, by us as the British citizens. And it was trampling. Photography is not a crime. Pinnock was honourable. I will say that, and I
absolutely agree with it.
Yeah, I support that all day.
We should have that freedom to fucking, and it's reasonable. Anything you can see, you can film. I think that's quite reasonable. But as he says, fucking telescoping your way into situations as they do is just not acceptable. Not accept. I've seen them shouting at the police when they're dealing with people with fucking blood all around and shit, and still arguing with the police about giving them space and shit. Fucking dreadful, mate. Dreadful way to behave. So yes, good for Plod this time.
Whether you've got a camera in your hand or not is irrelevant, and so that is another part of the challenge. And then they will put edited clips online to try and mispresent officers' action. So we've had to remodel our approach to social media and communications to try and get much more agile and dynamic to deal with that.
They're trying to get more dynamic with being filmed and stuff. See, this is the issue, isn't it? So I've got absolutely no problem with people filming the police. But what you're doing is the way it's been hijacked by the far right, by people like DP Audits, who will out and out say, look, this is an audit channel. I am an auditor. He owns it. He says it. And, he's proud of that moniker. But he, as we just saw before, he is deeply entrenched in the neo-Nazi scene. He is not simply a citizen journalist. He is a far right vlogger who was going and recording his time at protests, while being a protester and a full active member of it. He is a protester, and I like the language that was used by Mark Rowley just before, where he was like, talking about auditors, and he stopped and was like, look, let me try and say this properly. We've now got protesters that are saying, thank you. That puts it to bed. This age-old, they're citizens. No, they're not. They're not. And they're not talking about introducing special legislation as far as I'm aware. They're just talking about treating them as they are, which is just another member of the protest. And they can't just say, well, my phone has a camera, so I deserve magic special powers. No, you don't. You're not getting treated any differently. You will be treated like all of them. And when you overstep your marks, you will be arrested just like the rest. No more leeway for you guys. Section 17.
So there, yeah, I mean, that's a fair comment. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see who's, how the police actually physically deal with them now. So now they've had the okay to say, you just get back in there, get back with the rest of them. It'll be interesting to watch the arguments of these fucking uneducated mugs telling everyone they're fucking journalists. It's not a trade you just invent. Journalism, people spend a long time being a journalist. You don't just stand there and invent it and say I am one, because like you say, because I've got a camera with a fucking phone on it. I mean, a phone with a camera on it. I'm going to take a 10-second break, young fella, if that's okay.
Yeah, go do your thing. Absolutely, I'll hold it down. But that's it for me, Not that's it for me. I just mean that's it for auditing. I think that auditing's dead. For me now. I think that we were saying earlier, we've said it previously. Auditing is dead. It's now getting harder and harder now, and now we see that really be playing out. So I'm going to hit play for a second, and we'll listen to a little bit more of Mark Rowley, answering to the question about his management style and how they're going to be dealing with auditors. I'll just go back 10 seconds so that we're back up to date with where we are. Enjoy.
So we've had to remodel our approach to social media and communications to try and get much more agile and dynamic to deal with that. Candidly, getting the facts very quickly in the middle of an operation is very difficult, but we've got much better at that and making more assertive. That's not true. We did this. This is why we did it. All those sorts of things, and putting out the whole video of an incident from officers body worn rather than the clipped one. But it's a great challenge for officers to be wrestling with. I've just got my
I see. This is it now. Obviously, yes, with them putting out the full body cam instead of like clipped. If they, what he's moaning about now is edited footage of the police doing such a terrible job. Now it has to be said, there is There is plenty of unedited footage of the police doing a terrible job. They should be used to scrutiny, and they should expect more and more and more of it. I agree that the police, even at protests and everywhere else, should be held under the scrutiny. I disagree that right-wing vloggers are, in fact, somehow magical special people who deserve magic special rights. They're so, we're actually citizen journalists. No, you're not. You're not a citizen journalist. You are a protester who happens to have a camera in your phone. That is the difference.
So
see, this is it now. Oh, look, there's a comment here from who may or may not be our mate Ray, but let's have a look. So the police can't treat journalists like protesters because they don't like them. Oh, that's handy how they're not doing that. They're treating protesters like protesters. They're treating far-right ordinators.
Journalists like protesters just because they don't like them. They're not journalists, Chiefy. They're not journalists, mate.
It doesn't work like that. You can't just declare. Is there such things as citizen journalists? Absolutely. Is there a need for citizen journalism? Definitely, 100%. Are auditors citizens journalists? No, they are not. No, in their raw form, when they were going and holding overpower, I wouldn't even call them citizen journalists then. I'd say that they were activists. Auditing has always been a form of activism, and now this form of activism has been hijacked by the far right and has been twisted into a tool for them. And it's now, but it's still activism all the same. It's far right activism. They're going to protest. They're involved in the protest. They're chanting the chants. They do everything, including the fuck these smelly lefties. And
I bet Annie says I bet she's really pleased with this. I think it's fair to say she's been a victim all the way through this. They've used this citizen journalist fucking thing to hound that girl for fucking years, hasn't it? It's been a couple of years. I hope she's fucking feels a bit safer and stuff as a result of this.
Absolutely.
And also, I'm saying this in the hope that she'll come and have a word with us one time.
Both, yeah. Not only would we love to have you on here, but on a genuine note, Annie is a victim of these. I would stress that. I mean, I don't know if I'd label such a strong person as a victim, but I would say that she is certainly more than her fair share of targeted abuse and harassment and assaults over the times from auditors, and it's all been documented. It's all been put out there. So now we're talking about like how, what we were listening to with Michael Rowley isn't that they're changing the law; it's that they're changing how they deal with auditors specifically. They're recognizing auditors as protesters and not journalists, because they aren't journalists. Journalism will still be able to continue. Journalism will crack on as it is. Auditing is eating itself alive, and now that they're going to be treated just like protesters,
these guys have wrecked it. They've ruined it. I mean, auditing, as I think you were saying a minute when I just went for a break, then auditing was about standing up to power and pushing back against police who said you can't stand this side of a road, or you can't be here watching our cars go in and out and stuff like that. And it was a pushback against that. And it had 100%, it had my fucking support. But these guys have come into it and just fucking destroyed it with their fucking politics, their far right fucking politics. Absolutely destroyed it. They're a bunch of shitheads, top to bottom, mate. Top to bottom. Everything they touch turns to shit. It's like the anti-Midas touch they have.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's going nowhere now. They've ruined it. Oh, it is DP. You know it. When he says like they'll continue to get millions of views and ad revenue. No, they won't.
No,
no, they fucking
won't. And now, people are starting to.
And I know you think you're rich because it's the only job you've had that pays more.
Dad, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's not DP. I just want to make that clear. We think we know who that is. Yeah, absolutely. We think we know who that is, and it's not DP. We're almost certain that it's Ray from Thingy, this particular soccer account that's down there. But I mean, we can't say for sure. That's just our opinion. But it just happened to come on the day of the thing, and it was, it was created that day, and this whole thing about audits, and then there was the mirroring the exact same views. But that is all coincidence to now, because we've got no way of proving anything.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I see where I was going wrong there. It's fucking between the butt cheeks, isn't it?
We don't know whoever it may be, we think it is, but
We'll
we don't.
continue to get millions of our views and ad revenue. Do you know, enjoy.
It's hilarious,
Buy a
isn't it?
fucking yacht. Why don't you do that?
Should we see how this thing rolls out, though? I'll come back just a bit to get us caught up again. So again, this is
come up with an original argument, Chief. And we'll come back to it.
QPM. Here we go.
Video of an incident from officers' body worn rather than the clipped one, but it is it's a great challenge for officers to be wrestling with. I've just got my numbers here. Yes, it's going to be north of 500 by the time we get to the end of this financial year. We're at 416 as we came to this year, and we're heading towards probably being about 75,000 shifts by the end of the financial year, which is probably total cost of that 40 or 50 million. And that's 40 or 50 million of policing that's not policing communities, the point Margaret made earlier.
We've only got a few minutes left, and we do want.
Oh, there you go. So that's that wrapped up. The police are, it's being talked about. It's being talked about openly and at some quite high levels. And yeah, you'd be a fool to think that they didn't know and they weren't planning something eventually. It's just it takes a very long time. I wish, don't get me wrong, they should have been doing this years ago, like a year and a half ago at least. But
so the chief, I just say to the chief, you think, they're just fucking peacefully filming because they're journalists. Just go follow fucking Marty Blackburn around for one of those protests he organises himself, and then come back and tell us the same thing. It's bollocks, mate. You're talking bollocks. Marty Blackburn organises his own fucking protest so he can make money of it. How about that?
He has done, yeah.
His own protest so that people, fucking daft people will turn up and give him money. It's fucking crazy. He organises these things for daft people to turn up, thick people, and then they make the noise and get arrested. Marty goes home, everybody's happy.
Marty goes home, edits his videos, and then puts it online to cash in that way. But that is something that he has done. When you say he does do, I don't know if he's still continuing to do it. Now he's going down a different different route. But we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, it's quite nice to hear that there's officials talking about what's happening in the auditing world and everything else. It's good to know that they're making enough noise that they might just be shut down essentially, and then all there'll be is just vloggers in a crowd.
We don't do gambling on here, Chief. Thank you very much. We don't do taking bets. You can take that away. Can a mod?
Yeah, nobody's saying so. Like nobody's saying that auditing is going to. So auditing's been through it's been through several different changes, hasn't it?
Initially, say it, but just don't ask for bets, okay?
Yeah, but so like auditing's evolved, hasn't it? And it's grown and it's changed. And I'm not saying that auditing is going to disappear forever. I'm certainly not. I'm saying that this style of auditing is done for, and it's going to grow into being something else. It's it's until that thing is until all the financial avenues have been absolutely shut down, then no. I mean, it might end up being like a kick phenomena eventually if YouTube just decide to they're not going to host this stuff anymore because they're losing out on ad revenue. It is what it is because it's evolved so much. Like it's gone from being a legitimate form of protest, holding overstepping powers to account, the police and everything else. Then it turned into industrial estates. Then it became about the drama. Then it was taken over by the far right, and now it's being used as a tool to push for some of the most heinous fucking policies that you could possibly think of, and it's trying to put a positive face to people like Ryan Ferguson and all those who are out and out proper Nazis, and it's easy to see that that's how it's happening. But what it becomes next, we don't know, but we do know that now they're going to, this is the first step. Also, there's the Vagrancy Act that was repealed. That once that hits the floor and starts being used properly, do you remember we were talking about that a while ago? They were proposing to repeal the old Vagrancy Act and replace it with new criminal trespass laws.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So with that, anyone on sort of private property or whatever could be treated as a criminal and just removed. It would spoil everything in terms of protesters, doing sit-ins and all that shit. But it would also have a dramatic effect on auditors who try to both invade hotels and push their way into these sites where they've got no rights to be in. And it's an affront to loads of us. If they keep going, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're just going to keep shutting down all these avenues for this terrible practice to exist. Go back to the police stations. Go back to looking for data breaches. Go back to, see if you see a crime on the street, recording from a safe distance, and not putting yourself in the middle of anything, not injecting your own. Be an activist again. That form of activism was solid. Holding police to account. Beautiful. Keep doing that stuff. You know what I mean? But
I'll go back to watching football matches when you're not banned. That's where a lot of them come from, mate. Football matches banned from the soccer. Turn to this,
and it's a tragedy, really. It was a form of protest, and now it's a form of farming drama for money. They've become those fucking it's bad, isn't it? It's so bad.
Incredible. I fucking hate it. These guys that are trying to trick each other into getting arrested and shit. Turn into the biggest fucking, the worst grasses you've ever fucking come across in your life. People who fucking if they grass people up over things that they do, you'd stay fucking well clear of them.
I tell you what, they remind me of. Back in the days when archaeology was like fucking archaeologists were rock stars, and there was Egypt where they were like fighting, they were getting each other arrested, they were faking fines, and doing it. The money was into it, what I mean. They were getting funding, they were getting adulation. It's like that, isn't it? Like all these guys are basically they're like planting their own stories, they're making up their own shit, they're fucking creating an environment whereby they can film it, and and they're auditing each other as well. Auditors going at each other all the time is fucking crazy.
It's funny to watch them fucking wrong-uns fall out with each other. It's really funny. Fucking somebody losing £2,500 on a stream yard, one click of his finger. It cost him $2,500. Of course it did. Those people falling out about money, weren't they? Dear me, that was funny. Lost £2,500 on a single click of the finger on StreamYard. Well, you've done well doing that. Fair play.
I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this, and I will get the copy of that. I'll post a link now. But I just wanted to show you this as well. Speaking of auditors, let's have a little gander here. So this is Stripey Audits.
Oh, is that him?
Remember, there are people in our chat right now trying to tell you that these auditors are just they're just members of the journalistic community. They're just citizen journalists. They're sweet. They they don't have to be impartial. No,
sweet, innocent little fucking
yeah.
So a man has. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go for it.
A man has appeared in court today. That's the 10th of February this year. Offences.
This is when the article was. This happened on the 8th of February.
Thank you.
No. Ignore me.
Right. So shut up. A man has appeared in court today charged with public order offences after reports that an Epping police officer was racially abused during the protest outside the Bell Hotel in Epping on Sunday, the 8th of February. Darren Summerfield, 35, or Stripey Audits, isn't he, of Ashbury Crescent, Guildford, appeared at Chelmsford Magistrates Court on Tuesday, the 10th of February, charged with racially or religiously aggravated disorderly behaviour with intent to cause harassment, alarm, or distress. He is further charged with using threatening, abusive, and insulting words or behaviour to cause harassment, alarm, or distress in relation to a previous protest on the 28th of December last year. Summerfield admitted the charge of using threatening, abusive, or insulting words or behaviour, but denied the charge of racially or religiously aggravated disorderly behaviour. So he's due to appear in Colchester Magistrates Court on the 12th of February for trial. Hello? There's no sound.
Sorry, Pops, I was on mute. I just there is more to this. It's going to start scrolling now. Go right. Go, all this amazing stuff. Right, go and check out Room for Debate. I like the direction that his stuff's going in. I like what he's doing. I think that, you know, he makes he does make for a decent YouTuber, to be honest with you. I think he's really cool. Go and check him out now. You know, go and check him out while you can. I've put his link in the chat. The link's up to this video, but that will take you to his channel as well. And shout out for him for debate. I haven't actually asked if I could do this with this one, but I'm going to assume that we're cool like that. And if we're not, it's fine. I will apologise and say some of those words that you were telling me to say.
Okay, so he's due to appear for trial. So he was released on bail with strict conditions, thank goodness, including exclusion from the district of Epping via a GPS monitoring tag.
That's mad, isn't it? They're going to slap a tag on him and be like, so if he goes anywhere near Epping, it's going to go woo and blow his leg off. I don't know if he'll do that. Probably.
Hopefully.
It might not.
And he's not to publish material on his YouTube channel relating to the Bell Hotel. A 49-year-old man was also arrested on suspicion of racially or religiously aggravated disorderly behaviour with intent to cause harassment, alarm or distress. He's been released on bail until the 29th of April. During the demonstrations, officers also seized flares and fireworks, responding to concerns from local residents about noise and antisocial behaviour. See, this is why it fucking drives me shit. These people save our fucking women, save our precious little women and girls. You've been reported by the local residents for noise and antisocial behaviour. It's fucking crazy. Our officers are engaging with people demonstrating around the use of items such as flares, fireworks, and smoke grenades, mate. They're fucking crazy.
Go. But this, it is crazy. Sorry, it is.
One sec. If these items are used, the person responsible will be issued with a community protection warning. Any breach of that warning may be escalated and could lead to arrest. That was a quote from, there is a quote coming from the Chief Inspector, Terry Fisher, District Commander for Epping Forest. Do you want to hear what he says?
Just before you do, I wanted to chip in and just say about how these people are, like you say, about they're about protecting their community, when the reality is, according to your community, they've got concerns about you, bro. They need protecting. Your community needs protecting from you, it sounds like.
Yeah, what does that tell you? It's fucking mental, isn't it? So Chief Inspector Terry Fisher, District Commander of Epping Forest, said these measures in no way prevent people from exercising their democratic right to protest, but we're balancing the rights of all those concerned. We've spoken to local residents who have told us about the impact the use of flares and fireworks has been having on their quality of life. While it is important that peaceful protest activity is facilitated, it is equally important that people living nearby are affected as little as possible. Anyone planning to attend a demonstration is asked not to bring these items. They are impacting the Epping community and present a risk of injury. So that's pretty clear. You can come protest peacefully, but don't bring these fucking fireworks and whatever it was, flares with you dope.
Do you remember when DP was bringing stink bombs and stuff? I'm wondering if the people that we've been talking to that are die-hard for, if you've got audits in your name, then you are by default a citizen journalist. I wonder, do journalists take stink bombs to protest? Do they take smoke bombs to protest? And I remember in the case of DP with his smoke bombs, he was like, I've got them in the car, bruv, and in case any lefties turn up. You know what? Yeah. He laughs like that. He laughs like both Beavis and Butthead at the same time. I fucking swear to God, it does my head in. I fucking hate it. But right, so,
it's been a journey of fucking abject failure of DP. He thinks he's doing well. He's got fucking money to burn. He thinks that's bringing him happiness, and you can see in his face it fucking isn't.
He's like, he's there like numbers, millions over social media platforms. Oh my God, man. But yeah, no, it's but these, ladies and gentlemen, are your auditors. These are your journalists. And now to the person who was saying that they were journalists, like, how do you defend this?
Oh, he's here.
People journalists, are they? These people that carry stink bombs, these are the people who, by the way, they get promoted by this. It's like if you've got audit in your name, you must be therefore by. I will even. Do you know what? I'm running over myself. I'm not making any sense. 1 second. Now, I am willing to concede that not all journalists, not all auditors are like that. And maybe I should check my language and I should just be specific about far right auditors, because I'm sure I don't know them at the moment because there's so many at the moment. But there are plenty of people with audit in their name who go around and, audit police and interactions with them. And, they're pushing the PNAC principles. I'm sure they still exist somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I'm sure they exist somewhere and they're doing good work. And it's had good impacts.
I wanted to name the guy and I've forgotten who he is.
It's not Hocus. I can't remember. Does Hocus Pocus go to these events? I can't remember if he turns up at these. Even so, you're allowed to go to. You can go to these events. You can film. But if you're walking around talking about dirty, stinky lefties, if your personality and injecting that into your stream is part of what you are, if that's the whole thing, is you to adding your commentary and doing your thing and joining in on protests, if what you're doing is recording yourself at a protest while you're an active participant in the protest, you are not a journalist. If you are there impartially without putting your own thing into it and without declaring that you hate this side or that side, and if you're doing that and you're just recording events as they were and you're distributing them for people to be able to learn and see what's going on, I would accept that that's citizen journalism either. But what I will say is that auditors specifically, and not all of them again, right, but auditors that we're talking about, the DPs, the BBAs, the AYs, the DJE medias, the Stripey audits, all of these people who are
None of whom are auditors.
They're not, there's so many. I'm naming names now, but there are literally so many. There are more than there isn't. So that's why it gets a bit, like brandishing everybody with the same brush. It's because people in this group, there are more people who are active members of, because DP Audits talks about the cause. Journalists they don't have a cause. They're supposed to be entirely impartial. They have the standards, codes of conduct, the practices, you know what I mean? And as a citizen journalist, even though you're not actually a journalist, you still have to adhere to those things, right? So even if you've not done the training, it's not journalism if you aren't in some way holding back. If you're just recording events as they take place, then absolutely sound. But this guy isn't. This guy is racially abusing police officers. Others are going into Weatherspoons and shaking the hands of actual Nazis who go and meet up with other actual Nazis serving their prison sentence for planning murders, for terrorism acts, and for being a paedophile. Like it's insanity. This is the scene at the moment. It's full of Nazis. It's full of people that are deeply entrenched in all sorts of abusive and disgusting behavior online and offline. These people are not journalists. They are auditors, and auditors, who are they? For the most part, they're just the far right vloggers. That's it. That's all they are. They're far-right vloggers, and we know that. We've already known that. But thanks to the police now, and thanks to incidents like this and what's happening with AY and other people...
It just won't get a special place now, hopefully.
Do you remember when we said that? We said they would either be deplatformed, demonetized, or dragged through the legal system, or in some cases, a combination of all three. It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. Sure as fucking eggs exist. And like I say, I will lose freedoms because of it. They'll say you can't film police from this distance, or that distance, or whatever. And other laws, I'm sure, about hanging around where there's fucking drama going on. I don't know, but I can imagine it will cost us freedoms. It always fucking does. And these guys are mugs. Just mugs.
Freedom to film is not the same as right to publish footage for monetary gain. Public interest, and I like the way you put that in quotation marks, is not a slogan. It has a recognised legal meaning and a threshold that must be met. 100% DeWitt. I couldn't agree with you more. That is absolutely right. When you publish content, there's all sorts of data protection stuff that a lot of people don't understand. What they're relying on is the fact that not enough people know their data protection rights, and they're not, so they're not inundated with people that they walk past in the street, because they're not looking for content. When you walk down the street, you don't immediately go home and be like, right, whose content am I in? I saw someone with a camera. Do you know what I mean? They don't even know that, but they're part of your content somehow. But what they can do is, auditors are lucky that people aren't doing that, because otherwise they'd reach out and say, look, take me out of your shit, take your stuff down, blur me out, don't make me a part of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Right, okay. One last thing, right? So filming in public is sorry. I'm really sorry, Dad. I wanted to address this before we look onto the
well,
headline.
I mean, you could, yeah, you can argue with the chat all day if you want.
Are you? Oh no, I wasn't going to argue with the chat. I'm going to move on to the headline soon. But did you want to jump in then with something, Dad? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't actually. I just wanted to. I just don't want to get stuck arguing with the chat.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
we won't. Just this last one, though. You're right, and I will move on. This last one, but about filming, regardless of like it's nobody's saying that nobody has challenged that and said that filming in public isn't legal. They've talked about data rights, data protection rights. They've talked about how auditors aren't journalists and so won't be treated as journalists moving forward in some areas of the country, specifically, the area in which Sir Mark Rowley, is the commissioner for. So yeah, things are changing. Auditing is dying. Should we scroll through and find some good comments in the chat? Do you want to do that? Respond to some fun people while I get some headlines up.
Well, we could try, but I mean, Jim and co with Jim and Mank Pete, they've got it sussed, mate.
No, I was just do you want to chat with them?
He's in as well. Yeah, I'm happy everybody's in and chatting. Chatting some. I mean, that chief isn't going down too well, but fuck him. You bring it up. You got to. I mean, it's no good saying all fucking auditors are this or that, chief. You just can't say that shit. You will get pulled up for it.
The guy on screen is an auditor now.
Yeah, that guy. They're not auditors, mate. It's insulting to fucking journos as well. I'd love to hear what a real fucking journo thinks about them. These people who've had to fucking have an education and go through college and shit to become a journo. It's and do the fucking. It's like an apprenticeship, isn't it? They're going to have to go to local papers and all stuff, shit, start there, work their way up, make friends.
Fetch the copies. All
know
that
what
stuff
they're
first.
doing. Yeah. And you've got to do all that to be called a fucking journalist. You absolute throbber. I mean, it's just nonsense to come and claim another man's trade just by fucking holding up a camera. As a tradesman, I'd say that won't wash. So, what about you? Well, you done now?
No, we've still got. I've got headlines and stuff to go through now. If I can sense that you're.
No, I meant to get your headlines ready. That's what I meant.
Oh, is that what you? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Dad. Okay, maybe I'm not sensing anything. Then let's go back there. Nah, but no, yeah, that's the end of Auditing Corner. I'm going to play a little video to get us out of Auditing Corner. You ready?
Oh yes.
So that was Auditing Corner. Wop, wop. There, it's dying. And then so, I guess we'll just, what direction we'll take ourselves in now that auditing's dying? Probably just doing the rest of the other stuff that we were doing. Carrying on being legends.
I'm going to give the last word to TKE over that, who says, I can call myself Father Christmas. Doesn't give me a flying reindeer. Yeah, absolutely right, TK. That's the last word.
Absolutely.
What were you moving on to, sir? Did you say?
We have some headlines. So I'm gonna get us into the mood. We like a bit of headlines. Are you ready for it?
Okay.
Hey, don't we feel all headliney now? So, welcome back to a couple of books. This is Donald Trump. It says agrees to end ICE operation in Minnesota.
That's not Donald Trump.
That's not Donald Trump right there. No, but it does say here that federal officials say the immigration crackdown in Minnesota is coming to an end after mass deportations, protests, and 2 deaths in January. Should we see what the video is?
Yeah, how long is it? A minute.
It's a minute.
I'm going to finish making this cup of tea.
You've got a minute. You've got a minute 7, and if you're not back here by then
you know what else?
No brew for you.
Okay.
Oh, so you.
Oh, I need ad blocker. Damn it. Oh. Well, he's got an extra 30 seconds to make his brew then. There you go. He can let his tea bag settle in just a little bit more. Also, as well, just while we're waiting, let's ban this one because you don't get to threaten to burn schools down and stuff and be in my chat. That's just gross. Out you go. Ugh. Oh God! Do you know what? I got distracted for 6 seconds listening to my dad singing in the background. I'm gonna pop you on mute just for a second while I play this video, Dad. Yeah. In fact, do you know what? We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for him. We'll do it. Why not? We can watch it together. How's everyone doing in the chat? How's everyone going? What are we seeing around here? I was hearing talk of Drop the Dead Donkey and stuff like that. I've not heard that show in ages. Smack the Dead Donkey, was it? I can't remember. That was some really old school, decent British comedy. I wasn't really allowed to watch that. I had to wait up for it. Simply being an antagonist and uploading confrontational videos online does not automatically satisfy that test. 100% it doesn't. And it never will. It's, that's just the way it is. You need to stop saying Auditor is a journalist. You need to point out specific people that are worthy. That's it, yeah. And they do agree, and I while we're waiting for Dad, before we get into the headline properly, we'll if anyone does know any of them, drop them in there because it'd be cool to. I'd love to support that sort of stuff. People that are actually doing proper audit and how it was supposed to be, without antagonizing and being aggressive to people and wrecking everyone's day, for clout online. It's mad, isn't it? Absolute madness it is. I went all transatlantic then, didn't I? Look here, see? They're not citizen journalists, see? Sneak watch it like I did Channel 5 Saturday. Yeah, nah, absolutely I did, yeah, sneak watching stuff. I used to love doing that, and then I'd hear, I'd make too much noise, and I'd hear either my mum or my dad getting up on the wooden floorboards, and then I'd just lie down and pretend I was asleep on the couch, and they'd be like, oh, God, we know you're not asleep, get up and go to bed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How did I do?
Ages. We waited for you. Why not?
The kettle did me down. It just took so long to boil. It did me down. I even stopped and poured some water out of it, put it back on at one point. Life's hard.
It is. But for some people, life might be getting a bit better because it says here that the Trump administration is withdrawing 700 ICE agents from Minnesota. Those people deserve this break. Get ICE out of there now, I say, honestly. Oh, it'd help if I had it on. There you go.
I have announced effective immediately. We will draw down 700 people effective today. 700 law enforcement personnel.
The borders are Tom Homan. Or Homan. I don't know. It's weird. But the dude is withdrawing 700 effective today. Thank goodness.
700 law enforcement personnel.
Has he said why?
We have all fully integrated CBP personnel into the ICRO team structure under one unified chain of command. Not two chains of command. There'd be one chain of command here. Any large enforcement operation I've ever been involved with, there's one chain of command, and that's where we're moving forward. During my press conference last week, I announced that moving forward, ICE will be conducting targeted immigration enforcement operations, like ICE has traditionally done for decades, based on reasonable suspicion to question and detain. ICE will conduct these operations and transnational criminal organization investigations with a focus on national security and public safety. I want to be clear. Just because you prioritize public safety threats don't mean we forget about everybody else. We will continue to enforce the immigration laws in this country.
Oh, so you're corporate types think you're...
Wow, it's fucking scary shit, you know. I mean, there are people in this country calling for, you know, they want Trump style, at least Trump style fucking politics here and shit. You fucker, I tell you what, go to America and fucking experience it. You can have it, but don't fucking bring it here. Do not bring that shit here. It's fucking crazy.
Do you know what? Like, there were people here like Tommy Robinson who didn't just advocate for, you know, sort of Trump or I style sort of things. Remember when President Maduro was kidnapped from Venezuela?
Yes, they wanted it here.
He advocated the same for
that is advocating. I mean, that's a serious shit.
Traitor. Sorry.
I know they throw these fucking comments out like, but Jesus Christ, man, have some just think about what you're saying.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy.
But
these
blokes get to be a pain in the arse.
Dad, if it bothers you, you have the power. You have the power.
I'll let our mods bait him. We've got good people in there, not just mods. I'll let our people have their fun with him. I'll just ignore the chat. Better for me to ignore it.
Yeah, but by all means, guys, you know, it's your space, do your thing, you know, and no, you don't even have to explain why. We totally get it. So would you mind having a quick little read of this then? Let's see if there's any hope in this, because obviously they were talking about centralizing command, streamlining it so it's one, not two. The optimist in me would say that means that when horrible atrocities happen and citizens are murdered in the street, then that's not a case of, oh, they're special because they're ICE agents, and that maybe they're answerable to, you know, an existing body already, like, you know, the whole federal system. But either way, it could be read as another way. I don't fully understand it, so we'll get through it. It's fucking, we'll see what's happening.
Okay. So Donald Trump's deportation drive in Minnesota will draw to a close, according to the president's border czar. Tom Homan, was that him? Who's leading the White House's anti-immigration campaign, said the administration had agreed to end Operation Metro Surge. The operation saw 3,000 armed immigration and customs enforcement ICE agents dispatched to the state, particularly its biggest city, Minneapolis. As a result of our efforts here, Minnesota is now less of a sanctuary state for criminals, Mr. Holman told us.
Oh my, that is disgusting, considering ICE agent. We've watched one guy, right, intervened, right, you know, I'm talking about Alex. Yeah, Peretti, that was it. Alex Peretti. I couldn't remember his last name. But yeah, Alex Peretti was intervening in a woman being, you know, aggressively attacked by ICE agents. He was just trying to protect a person. He was then pinned to the ground, and after he was disarmed, while still pinned face down on the concrete, hands flat out on the concrete, he was shot 10 times by presumably more than one agent, and he was kept there till he died. And that to say that, you know, well, it's no longer a sanctuary for criminals. What did he say? Now less of a sanctuary.
The bloke was a fucking first responder, for fuck's sake. Criminals. Fucking, it's outrageous, mate. Fucking.
The only way.
I don't mean just let's hope it doesn't come over here, but let's fucking make sure it doesn't fucking come over here, this shit. So, I'm going to carry on with it. He said, as a result of our efforts here, Minnesota is now less of a sanctuary state for criminals. So that's what he told, Homan told a press conference. I have proposed, and President Trump has concurred, that this surge operation conclude. So last week, Mr. Homan had initially announced more than 700 ICE agents would leave the state after local elections agreed to hand over arrested immigrants. Now, hang on, local officials. Last week, Mr. Homan had initially announced more than 700 ICE agents would leave the state after local officials agreed to hand over arrested immigrants. Launched on the 1st of December, the operation led to the arrests of more than 4,000 people, the feds said.
Can I just before we go down as well, I wanted to... where they say about, as a result of our efforts, it's now less of a sanctuary state for criminal. I'm reading that now as, that's because he's just taken 700 fucking ICE agents out. Maybe that's what he means. It's a bit safer now because there's less ICE agents.
Right, because there's less ICE agents. but
hoping that's what
they've
he
done
meant.
a deal
That's
with
how I'm
fucking.
interpreting it.
They've done a deal with people that had been arrested, haven't they? They didn't want to turn them over to ICE, but they've been made to. But the action has proved controversial. ICE agents, usually dressed in face masks and military-style camouflage gear, have repeatedly drawn angry demonstrations from residents. Some protests have turned violent, with 2 protesters killed during confrontations. Renee Nicole Good, a 37 mother of 3, shot dead in a car by an ICE agent early in January, purportedly in self-defense. It must have been a face that upset him, though, because he shot her in the face. Thank you, well done. Also last month, Alex Pretty, the guy we've just been talking about, an intensive care nurse. I thought he was a first responder. He's an intensive care nurse. He was wrestled to the floor by the feds and shot multiple times, 10 times actually, in Minneapolis. I don't know if you want to play that again. No, I think we've seen enough of that death. Following Mr. Homan's announcement, the Democratic governor, Tim Walz, posted his reaction on social media. The long road to recovery starts now. The impact on our economy, our schools, and people's lives won't be reversed overnight. That work starts today, he added. The deportation sweeps have been strongly opposed by Mr. Walz and other elected officials in the state. To carry on, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey said on Instagram they thought they could break us, but a love of our neighbours, for our neighbours, and a resolve to endure can outlast any occupation. But Mr. Homan also pledged that immigration enforcement will not end when the Minnesota operation is over. The chief Fed judge in Minnesota has reprimanded Trump administration officials, saying ICE has defied dozens of court orders to free wrongly arrested migrants. Am I reading this right? This breaking news story is being updated, but okay. The chief federal judge in Minnesota has reprimanded Trump, saying ICE has defied dozens of court orders to free wrongly arrested migrants.
Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, are they saying that ICE wrongly that? Sorry. Oh, I see. Right. Okay, I'm with you now. So ICE has defied dozens of court orders that were meant to free wrongly arrested migrants. So they're keeping migrants wrongly. Migrants that were wrongly arrested have been grabbed, and they're defying dozens of court orders and keeping them arrested. It could have been written better, but does that make sense? So ICE has defied dozens of court orders that were meant to free wrongly arrested people.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's. I saw, but I can't remember where they are. So I've seen. I think you might have been with me, young fella. We've seen Black Panther guys back again, walking the streets with fucking AK-47s.
Well, we did, and I have had a look at that. So they're not actually any. So there's a thing with that. So they were originally given by the original Black Panthers. They were given the rights to use the logo, to rock the name and the slogans and everything else and the image, and then they've had to change it. So now they're the Black Lions because for whatever reason the previous Black Panthers saw fit to remove that status from them. I'll let you get your phone.
Okay, lad.
Make sure you mute up.
It's okay, lad. I can do that because I know who it is. Hey, it's like being a pop star, this.
Hanging up on people.
Mm.
But so that was that. And they've been roaming around and everything else, doing their thing. There was another story that I wanted to bring your attention to at the moment. This comes courtesy of gov.co.uk. Nurses are to benefit from a boost to graduate pay and job progression. So there is now a boost to graduate pay for nurses. This is the sort of stories that we want to see coming out of our government at the moment. Not only is crime down, but it does look like, we're getting a boost here for nurses. And if anyone deserves it, it's nurses in the NHS. Oh my God, what a difficult job. And the NHS is buckling, it is crumbling. So it's nice to see that, somebody is, putting money in there, someone in the government. So NHS nurses are set to receive a career boost as the government and the Royal College of Nursing, the RCN, have agreed a major package to properly recognise the vital work they do. I mean, they should have come a long time ago. Nursing and nurses are essential to leading and delivering the government's 10-year plan for England, health plan. Are critical for planning safety, for patient safety experience. Sorry, let me zoom in on this.
I need to read that a bit.
No, you know what? It's cool. I got this. I just wanted to zoom in. That would be bad. So they're essential to leading the government's 10-year health plan and are critical for patient safety, experience, and outcomes. But the profession has been undervalued in the NHS for far too long. Absolutely. Too many nurses are not being compensated appropriately for the work they do, and there is currently no universal what's that word? Preceptorship. What's a preceptorship program?
I don't fucking know.
Now I'm have to
where they take precepts. I think that's where they're taking on new, where they take graduate nurses. Yeah, look, in place for new graduate nurses. I thought it was to allow them in as a routine. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I'm just waiting for the thing to load up. So it's there is no current universal
education way into nursing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so this is them saying that they're planning to announce a single national thingy, but let me find out exactly what it is because I'm not fully understanding it. What if anyone in the chat is smarter than us knows? But we're just going to learn along with yous. Oh, let me get rid of that. So it's a structured, time-limited period of support and guidance, usually lasting 6 to 12 months, for newly qualified or transitioning health professionals like nurses, midwives, AHPs. It enables them to transition from student to autonomous practitioner by developing confidence, clinical skills, and competence with the support of an experienced mentor, which in brackets is the preceptor. So that's what that means. It's a preceptor course. I didn't have, that's a first for me. I didn't know what that meant, and now we know. So now there is no currently there is no universal one in place for graduate nurses. This government is clear that a constructive relationship with unions is in everyone's interest. Following engagement with all nurses unions, including Unison, Unite and GMB, and a dedicated period of intensive engagement with RCN, the biggest nursing union, it has agreed a series of measures which will transform the nursing profession and make sure that nurses get pay and the support they deserve. So this includes prioritising increasing graduate pay. There you go. So graduates are getting paid more, finally. Reviewing the roles and pay bands. Sorry?
Every £5 pay of every Band 5 nurse, yes. Establishing a single national nursing preceptorship to create a national framework to support newly qualified nurses. Oh, well, Wes Streeton was saying, yeah, right. Nurses have been arguing that they deserve more recognition, and rightly so. They've been essential for leading and delivering our 10-year health plan. Yet many nurses are not being fairly compensated for the work they do. I'm sorry, I'm taking over. You carry on.
No, Dad, go for it. Honestly, yeah, it's fine.
That's why this government is working constructively with the Royal College of Nursing to deliver a fair day's pay for a fair day's work for nurses. That'll be something to see. I want to thank Nicola Ranger and her team for their constructive approach to talks. It's clear that working together is in everyone's interest, especially payment. Just on a personal level, anyone who works for the NHS, in my opinion, is a fucking hero. I don't care what they do, what part they play. It's a fucking, it's just how it is. People who work for that thing and make it work are fucking heroes.
Especially in modern times as well, like with now We've got like a 1940s healthcare system that's running with 2026 problems with the 2026 population. All these, the lack of funding, everything else, their job is so bloody hard to do. It either make them millionaires or fix the bloody NHS, or both. Actually, they deserve it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why this government is working constructively to deliver a fair day's pay for a fair day's work for nurses. I want to thank Nicola Ranger and her team, who said, go, Nicola Ranger. Somebody in there, yeah. Go, Nicola Ranger, and her team for their constructive work. Where have it gone?
Did I go too fast? Did I go too fast?
Yeah. Keep going. Stop. Behave. Right. I want to thank Nicola. Right.
Continue. Sorry, this is serious stuff. We're presenting serious news. This is from the government, Dad. Fix up, man. Get serious.
I want to thank Nicola Ranger, go Nicola Ranger, and her team for their constructive approach to talks. It's clear that working together is in everyone's interest, especially patients. I hope nurses feel heightened that this is a significant leap forward for their profession and a sign of just how much the NHS and this government values them. Nurses were there for me when I had cancer. I want to be there for them, Wes Streeton says. Nicola Ranger, go Nicola Ranger herself says, today's announcement is significant progress on career progression for nursing staff. Too many are not being paid fairly or valued for their skills and responsibilities in caring for patients. And I'm going to say blah, 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 because it's the same stuff. So I just hope this is what they hope it is, what they say it's going to be. We'll know when most of us know a nurse and stuff. That's how big the fucking NHS is. We probably all know somebody who works for the NHS. We'll find out and see what they say. Because this is just reading out stuff for the press, isn't it?
Yeah,
Basically.
Absolutely.
They're just press clips. So yeah,
just press clips. So we'll leave that and we'll see how it goes. We shall be the judges of that. So we've got a little while to go. We're going to bring up some positive news stories. In the meantime, while I get that up and grab something else to end us on, I'm going to get a positive story and then we'll do one more rap lyric reading at the end. But yeah, just chat to people, see how they are. I'm sure that Jim's writing something naughty.
Yeah, I tell him, Mike P. He said to me, when I said go Ranger,
do. Sorry.
Well, you've put him on strike now because you didn't use it. That's probably the end of Mike Pete's fucking artistic fucking collaboration with ACOPS. Oh well. So yeah, people have been having fun in the chat. Oh dear, there's a name missing. Oh dear, let me stroll up. Where are you? Oh, where is he? Has he gone?
Who?
Has he gone off? Oh, there he is. Chief. If you don't believe in borders, that's okay. But most people, why do they say that? Why do they misrepresent us so? You say if you don't believe in borders, that's okay. But I don't believe in borders. I don't know any borders to be. And I am slightly left of centre, and I don't know any slightly left of centres that want open borders. Oh, apart from a few sheep I've come across, but we're in Wales, so that's to be expected. But yeah, Chief finished off about 6:30. It was a quarter of an hour ago. Well done, gentlemen. You wore him down.
Right, and so should we have a look at some positive news?
Yeah, let's do that. Well done, the chatters. You're absolutely fantastic, folks.
Oi to the oi. Welcome back to the good news section. This is the positive spotlight. And here we are. So we were talking earlier about crimes and how crime seems to be on a downward trend. I mean, it's all very complicated, but let's look at something specific. Let's look at the shift in reality of knife crime in the UK. So
Okay.
here we go. Do you want me to zoom in a bit more so you can see it?
Oh, yes, please.
No. How about I make it smaller?
Well, read it to an elf. That's what I'll do. Right. So I happened to be reading. I was looking at the crime figures this morning. That's how, because I had that little chat. You remember at the beginning of the live here, I was talking about crime and how even though we've seemed to have opened arms to nearly the best part of 1 million people, the crime figures reflect that in a very strange way, because they say, according to the government, gun and knife crime is, if not the same, it's dropping. So despite having an influx of a lot of people. So let's see what they say up here. Who's this? Positive news. Politicians may claim that Britain is lawless, but data shows that violent crime is falling, including knife crime. We speak to the people and organisations helping to make the streets safer. At 17, Samir Khattab, 17. Oh, he was caught up in a gang fight, ducking and diving to avoid being stabbed. He was sliced in the head, admitted to a London hospital trauma ward, given surgical staples, then discharged. In my day, they patched you up, kicked you out. Yes, mate, but having staples actually on, when they do that against your skull must be horrific. I've had them against my different bones in my skeleton, but not against my fucking skull. That must be horrific. Now, at two major East London hospitals, Khattab leads a team of caseworkers offering bedside support to young knife crime victims. In the team's 12th floor office at the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel, he sits facing a map of the capital marked with brightly coloured tabs showing postcode gangs. He explains how he and his colleagues do everything they can to prevent patients coming to harm once they leave the hospital. Often this means arranging mental health support. Our clinical staff addresses the physical wounds of our young people, but who's going to help them with the traumatic experience that probably got them into a bad space in the first place? The team also helps them return to education or find safe housing. That's that page done to. And next day, having hired a van, Khattab is set to help a family of 6 move home after the eldest child was stabbed. It's about mitigating the risk of future harm after a perpetrator has compromised the address and providing a fresh start. There's no expiry date to the support, he adds. We couldn't build trust with patients if they felt they were going to be treated like tick boxes. Khattab stresses that the work goes beyond protecting young people from future harm. It also deters them from causing harm. Victims and perpetrators overlap significantly, with 61% of teenage perpetrators of violence having also been victims, according to the Youth Endowment Fund, YEF, which invests in work preventing youth violence. We're stopping victims becoming perpetrators, Khattab says. His own experience shows what can happen when vulnerable young people are discharged without the support they need. Nobody checked on him when he was a 17-year-old with a head wound. The services didn't exist, he says. A year later, Khattab was convicted of a gang-related murder and sentenced to 16 years in prison. Suspense. Who knows what the trajectory of my life might have been if I'd had a caseworker who'd said, yo, you all right? I might have opened up and said, look, I'm sofa surfing, I've got no stability, I have a violent peer group. Having grown up amid instability, including his mother facing domestic abuse and incarceration, violence became a way to express the pain I was experiencing, he explains. His personal history now gives him the resilience to work with vulnerable patients. It's fueled me. There's no loss of empathy. I'm not desensitized, but I can engage with these young people because I've been through it. At times, it's a secret weapon for engaging reluctant patients. He recalls one 14-year-old from East London who had been stabbed. He was just looking up at the ceiling. He didn't want to speak to me. I said, "You've got parents coming. You've got visitors. Are you good? I want to make sure that you're being loved." He goes, "I ain't got no parents. I'm in care." And I said, "I've been in care too." He snapped his neck, locked eyes with me and said, "What the heck? I never expected that." Who knows what the trajectory of my life could have been. As worker who said, "You all right? Yo, you all right?" We already said that, didn't we? Sorry. 1 sec, we'll have a sip of the golden tea.
You do that in the chat and that as well. Let's see what's talking about. God, it is a positive story, obviously, you know, being able to connect with people, being able to make preventative measures and help victims of crime and do all that sort of stuff. If only people had caseworkers and things. At the moment, the infrastructure that we do have isn't enough, and it's up to people to, you know, sadly, you know, to do this sort of stuff sort of their own volition. But no, I think that I think that the work that's being done, being able to help people, because when it comes to knife crime, there's also like the cycle of crime, isn't there? You know what I mean? And like how in certain environments lead to certain crimes then, you know, breed other kinds of the same crime. And it's, you know, before you know it, we've got a massive problem like we have. It's good to know that crimes are on a downward trend and things, but this sort of crime is just... Yeah,
I can see in the chat there that the chief's trying to throw around fucking figures. He's trying to, he's trying to slice up the figures. He's trying to make the figures sound. I've got some numbers here for you. So anyway, once a high-risk Category A inmate in Belmarsh walking around the exercise yard with terrorists, Katab now feels lucky to be able to give back. He's clear-eyed about the past. I'm regretful, and I put many families through pain and suffering, but I'm trying my best to right my wrongs through the work that I do. So pay attention now, Chief. Knife crime has dominated headlines in recent years, with commentators making frenzied claims.
Sound familiar?
Figures released by the Mayor's Office for Policing and Crime show that the murder rate in London for the first 9 months of 2025 was at its lowest since monthly records began in 23. That's over 20 years. There has been say it again, man. The figures show that the murder rate in London for the first 9 months of 2025 was at its lowest since monthly records began in 2003. There has been a 50% reduction in the number of young people murdered compared to 2024, which itself saw the under 25 homicide rate fall to a 22-year low. Greater London Authority data shows knife crime fell by 19% in London during between April and June 2025 compared with the same period the previous year. How so you getting
this? 20% reduction, right? So 20% reduction there. And what was it saying up here? There has been a 50% reduction in the number of young people murdered compared to 2024, right? That right there is absolutely phenomenal. That is why this is in the positive news section. And to go with it as well, a 19% crime rate, knife crime fell by 19% in London in April. So for anyone that's listening, for anyone that's watching, don't believe what you read in chat sometimes. Go and have a look at the figures yourself.
Don't believe what Chief says down here.
So when they were saying it was on the rise and it turns out it's not on the rise and it has fallen, then they're like, oh, well, it's not fallen enough. Just ignore them. You know what I mean? Stick with the original point. It is fallen. That's why we're in the good news section with this.
So reports contending that it is currently at a record high often rely on police data, neglecting to account for improvements in police recording practices over the past decade that have had a substantial impact on the figures, according to the Office for National Statistics, the ONS. Such trends should therefore be interpreted with caution, Chief, the body advises. Even when considering these figures, knife crime is still 4% lower than it was in the year ending March 2020. Is it sinking in? Is this knife sinking in yet, Chief?
2019. Oh my God! Right. So up on here now, we've got the NHS hospital admissions in England by assault of a sharp object. Right. So that's like knives, screwdrivers, stabbings. Right. We're talking about stabbings and things.
Yeah. Stabbings.
and assaults, slashings, all of the above. We're probably missing out a whole bunch of categories there, but we're going to lump it together as they've done. We're just going to call it the assault by sharp objects, right? So, and now this is knife-enabled homicide rates down here at the bottom in England and Wales. So for every, so in 2016, this is the rates. This was, look at that, that's gone up again and then down a bit, and then we see this trend happening here. But now, so it was 196 in 2016. Currently, we're at 193, which is slightly lower, but it's still a significant improvement from the year before. And, you know, it's still better than the years that we've had previous. That's the homicides are down. That is such an amazing thing. There are less people that died this year as a result of their work. Now, look at the amount of hospital admissions and everything else.
The chief, by the way, just as you're doing this, the chief is playing what about now? He's playing what about this? What are the numbers for this instead? I want to see these numbers instead. What if it started then? What if it started?
This isn't London either. This is knife crime in England and Wales. So this is two of the UK's thingies lumped in together now. So we're not even talking about London specifically. And this is from the Office of National Statistics, from the sources World Bank and NHS England Digital. So we're seeing this fall, and there it is in a nice, easy coloured graph. The dark colour is the admission rate, and you see it dropping down. That's going down. This is this is better than 2016, pre the pandemic for stabbings in 19. Look at it. There we go. Whenever you're ready, Dad.
Police data is not the only metric. Knife-enabled homicides, which are less affected by recording changes, were at a 6-year low and 23% lower in the year ending March 2025 than the previous year, according to the ONS. NHS England also reported a 9% decrease in knife crime admissions in 2024 to 2025 compared with the year earlier. And records for the year ending March 2025 show that hospital admissions for assault by a sharp object were lower than at any time in the previous decade.
But sorry, Dad, could you say that again one more time for the people in the back?
Oh, my phone's run again.
That was mine, Dad, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was me. One more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, NHS England also reported a 9%, almost double figures, increase in knife crime admissions in 2024 to 2025 compared with the year earlier. And records for the year ending March 2025 show that hospital admissions for assault by a sharp object were lower than at any time in the previous decade. Donald Trump has repeatedly commented on UK knife crime. Once, I don't know why my voice went like that, on UK knife crime, once describing a London hospital as like a war zone for horrible stabbing wounds. In a 2018 speech to the National Rifle Association, despite the US having 52% more homicides caused by knives per million people than the UK, according to the most recent available data at the time. His comments appear to have misconstrued remarks by trauma surgeon Professor Martin Griffiths, who launched the Royal London Hospital's Violence Reduction Service in 2015 after despairing at seeing the same young victims return again and again. With caseworkers from the St Giles Trust charity, the programme has contributed to a fall in readmission rates from 35% to 2.63% for the year to March 25. These are some amazing fucking figures. Amazing.
They are absolutely fantastic. And I think as well, just so we're not, just because I think as well, I mean, obviously, I know it's not necessarily copyright problems with it not being a video or anything, but I'm going to put the link for the rest of that article in there. We've already, I think we've covered pretty much everything. But before we go, I'm going to try and see if we can get this done. So we can get this stream under 2 hours so I can still use the editor from StreamYard. Right, we're at 1 minute 58. Dad, for a laugh, let's see if we can do this, right? Can you please read out the new lyrics that I have put inside your messenger? Go on, you've got this, right? So while you're doing that, I'll just quickly tell people there's 15 points available. This is also a theme song for a show. So if you can tell me what the name of the song is, then you get some points. If you can tell me what the name of the show is, You can get, actually, do you know what? Because the name of the show and the name of the song are the same thing. 10 points available. Forget what I said. What's the artist? What's the show? Let me know when you're ready. I've just sent you a new one.
Now, this is the story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute. Just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. On the playground was where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mum got scared. She said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air."
And there you go. Right, we've got bet. Right, okay, we're gonna have to go in the next 10 seconds. Say love and peace quickly. I dare you. We can make this.
Guys.